Go ahead and call this meeting to order at probably 6:43. First item is pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the next item is approval of September 6th council minutes.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the September the 6th council meeting.
Do I have a second? Okay. Any discussion? If not, all in favor? We have to wait till we get you in here. Okay, next item is financial report for September.
This office expense for the router, what was that?
The wireless router
Wireless router.
for the internet.
Okay, but it's here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, why does it say we paid you?
Because I went and picked it up at Best Buy and my card wouldn't work and I had to pay
Oh,
for it.
okay, okay. That was my only question was the payee name that was on it. That's all.
I know, I tried to figure out, I could have shown at Best Buy and where it was even.
I make a motion that we accept the financial report.
Okay. I have a second?
Second.
Okay, have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Alright, okay. Alright, old business. I know that we have voted to raise the millage rate, but there's a process that we had to go through, and I just finally, with the help of Lisa, the clerk out at the City of Jasper, finally figured out how to come up with the figures, and that's the two sheets that I gave you here. This will be what has to run in the paper. I might give you the wrong sheet because this one shows. All right. See what I give you.
Now this is a two-page report, two pages.
Yeah. Okay. I give you the wrong. No, I give you the right.
No, this looks like the right one.
Okay. Hang on. All right. I had it wrong. Okay. Like I say, with the help of her, like I say, this is the way you're supposed to do it. And like I say, you have to run this in the paper. And I've got it ready if he can use this. And basically all the notice up here above that, I just changed it to the town council. Does hereby announce the millage rate will be set at the meeting to be held at the town hall on November the 1st, 2018 at 6:30 p.m. in pursuit of the requirements of Georgia law section 48-5-32. Do hereby publish the following presentation of the current year's tax digest and levy, along with the history of current and last 5 years. Then you have to send another piece of paper to the clerk of court and to, I believe she said, the tax commission for their rate.
Yes, and then they will send it to the state.
So, and that's those things. Okay, now one thing, like I say, I think as late as it is and everything that we should back up as far as raising the millage rate this year, because I don't and wait till next year to do it. One other thing that we have to keep in mind is if the tax digest, if the property assessed value goes up, even though that we do not, you see the bottom number, net taxes increase or decrease, it's got a negative out through there. Okay, as long as the property tax either stays the same, I mean as far as assessed value, either stays the same or goes down, we don't have to have a public hearing. You know, but if it goes over that and there's an increase, even though we didn't raise the millage rate, then we still have to have public hearings to let them know that the taxes have went up. So, like I say, she has got a program that she has figured out to do that, because I was trying to figure it out and I couldn't, and finally she come down there and showed me. So anyway, I guess I need a motion that to set the, I guess right now is to advertise the 5-year digest in the Pickens Progress, hopefully next week.
Okay, I have a question before I make this motion. I know that this is saying that we are going to vote on this at such and such date, but are we not still required to have public hearings before the date that we vote on this?
No, because it's not an increase, it's a decrease, and we're not raising the millage rate. This is what this is. This notifies the public.
Oh, okay,
that.
okay. I'm thinking, all right, because we're not going to raise it till next
Yeah.
year. Got it. Okay.
So,
All right. Give me a minute. You're not going to
and one other thing too, it can't be in legal notices either. It has to be in.
right.
It has to be in a
Paper
paper
ad.
just like this. Okay.
I make a motion that we accept the notice of the 5-year history and that we publish it in the Pickens County Progress
As required by law.
as required by law.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor? Okay. All right. Next item under new business is to appoint Melissa Weaver in the vacant spot of Jessica Wells. Like I said, we can do that because of, you know, because she was
Unexpired term.
Yeah. And so anyway, she'll serve that, and the election will be next November. Well, I mean, we qualify and everything next November.
I make a motion that we appoint Melissa Weaver to the vacant spot of Jessica Wells.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor? Okay. All right, let's go ahead and sign you in here.
Melissa, thank you so much. We really appreciate you being willing to do this.
So raise your right hand. Put your name. I, Melissa Weaver,
I, Melissa Weaver,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
perform the duties
perform the duties
of a council member
of the council member
of Talking Rock,
of Talking Rock,
and that I will support and defend
and that I will support and defend
the charter
the charter
thereof as well
thereof as well
as the Constitution
as the Constitution
and the laws of the state of Georgia
and the laws of the state of Georgia
and the United States of America.
and the United States of America.
Congratulations.
Welcome to the chaos.
The next item is set a work session date to work on the 2019 budget. So, does anybody have a date that works better or not work better?
What day do we have to have that done by?
I think it's,
Just by the end of the year?
no, I think it's by the end of November, I think.
Uh,
But as long as we have it in place by January 1st.
And what day works best for you, Caleb?
I'm planning around me. I'm pretty much busy Monday, Thursday, but
Well, I mean, we could do it on a Saturday. I mean, it's very important that you be a part of it and it's in
Yeah, I
the
can,
budget.
if it's on a Thursday, I can make it.
Okay. All right, so we have a meeting on the 1st. That's Thursday. What about November the 15th? That would be the third Thursday in November.
You good with that? You good with that? You good with that? Buffy, you good with that? Mary, can you be there the 15th?
This month?
No,
November.
November.
That night? Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I mean, commissioners at 5:30.
Well, ours will be at 6:30 or,
But I can get maybe Jordan to come too.
all right.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we have the work session, schedule a work session to work on the 2019 budget for November the 15th, here at 6:30.
Okay. Have a motion, second.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Any other discussion? All in favor? Just an update real quick on installing the pipe and stuff. We did get all the pipe in. I do need one more section of pipe to finish out up there and down here to stabilize the road even more. And we did go over budget a little bit. Well,
Yeah, but it was.
2000, yeah, it was 2016 or $2,619.
Yes.
What was the budget for?
It was like
24.
24.
When did we do that?
We done it back in April.
Oh, okay.
See, that's the problem, because I did have to add one more section, and that stuff changes day to day, and that's why it went up. But I will have you know that that Dustin Carver donated the equipment and his time to install it. The only thing is fuel for his excavator. But I did have to hire somebody to help him, and that was Jason Long. So I guess it's on this thing
You
here.
couldn't ask for anybody better to help you.
But Bug Stone says it's working real good, and he appreciates it and everything like that. So the only other thing, like I say, one more section of pipe. I think the pipe is like $261, and then a band is $30-something.
Yeah, he and I, it rained right after y'all did that and you were out of town. And I went up through there and he was out there looking at it and I was too. And I told him, I said, there's gonna have to be another piece of pipe there. And he said, I totally agree.
Well,
Because it was coming down and right there where it ended, that water was going right down in there and washing that dirt out.
yeah.
So it is gonna have to have a piece of pipe in there.
Well, I mean, we can, and then over here by, across the road from Marks, but, so anyway, if we can approve, one more section of
I make a
pipe.
motion that we complete the pipe work on our road right of ways to help with the rainwater runoff.
Okay,
And do we need to set an additional budget for that?
well,
I
just,
mean, I just think we need to, you know, I know you're not gonna go overboard, and I think we just need to get it done. I mean,
well, we do,
we've got money in the SPOS fund to do it, and it just needs to be done.
well, and like I say, I mean, you know, it needed to be done, because, I mean, the road was caving off, and like I say, we fixed in front of Marks, and like I say, one section of pipe, cutting pipe will finish the other two. The only other area that we need, and like I say, we'll just get it when we have somebody back in town, is Thomas's up there. They've got two little pieces of pipe that he inherited, and we need to put one big pipe in that, and then all the piping is done.
I have a question.
Okay.
That pipe that you dug out that's laying up there, could it not be put,
We put it down here by NC to fill in that big old hole,
oh, okay,
so we reused it.
all right, that's, that, I hadn't noticed that it was gone.
But anyway, like I say, we don't have to have that right this minute. just an update too, I have not heard anything back from FEMA on our grant. So I called her and I still ain't heard anything back from her on the building here, so I don't know where that's at. But I do know that we're gonna have to dig that out back there in 4 wall because it's coming up through the slab and not through the wall. So, but anyway, that'll be part of that next year's budget.
We need to add an item C under new business.
Okay.
We need to discuss this and what we're gonna do for Christmas. If we're gonna do what we normally do, because I've got to let the Santa know and I've got to arrange for pictures and we need to know what are we gonna do about a tree.
Well, I think, I didn't put it on here, but I have been looking online and I've been thinking about, because we pay what, $200 for a tree?
We can usually, no, the one we bought last year, no, we have been getting those from Jack and it's less than, it's about $100. The ones we get, the one that was 200 was the one we bought to plant. It was almost 3. But if I buy them from Jack, he gives me the 10-foot trees for about $125. And then the last one that you and Ben put up was only $40.
I could swear it was more than that. I thought it was, but anyway.
Well, in the past we have, but we haven't been buying those big trees.
So anyway, I'll present next month. I just think we need to, I hate to do it, but artificial tree over there, and that way we can use it year over year, you know. So,
I hate to go to it too, but we've tried, I think 4 or 5 times to plant them and they never live, they always die. But I guess, and I understand that we want to put up the Christmas tree. And if we have an artificial one, there's no reason why we can't put it out here beside the schoolhouse where it was. Because it looks better there than it does out there in front of the caboose. I think it looks better myself. But my question is, I know some years we've had a good turnout with kids. Last year was a disaster. But it cost us like $300 to have Santa, and then we advertised it in the paper. That's about the only expense really, because the coffee and hot chocolate is not a whole lot. So do we want to do that, or do we just want to light the tree?
well, last year it was Georgia game.
Well, we had 2 major ball games, that's why we didn't have any turnout, and deer season. I don't care to do it like we've always done it and see what happens. I mean, the photographers don't charge us anything. I just gotta let our Santa know if you know, because it's getting pretty close.
Oh, that's up to y'all. I mean.
I say we try it one more year, and if we don't have a turnout, then we don't do the kids stuff. But I say we leave it back out to the schoolhouse. That works much better than out
Where
there.
was it last year?
We put it in front of the caboose, and it just, some wanted to go back, because that's where we used to always have it, and it just, without it being on a stand up on under the cover and stuff, it just didn't look the same. It just, but artificial tree's the way to go. So I just make a motion, I guess I'll make a motion that we have our regular Christmas program this year and see how it goes. And then Randy can present next month about the tree. The tree is the least of my worries. I just gotta get Santa if that's what we're gonna do. So I'll make a motion that we do our normal Christmas program this year.
Okay, have a second?
Second.
All right, any other discussion? If not, all in favor?
We didn't finish this last one.
Which one?
Like the work on the road. Nobody seconded it.
Oh,
Well, we'll back up.
okay.
Right. Yeah, I thought,
Did you? Did you?
you didn't? I thought
No.
somebody said me. Okay.
No.
All right. Then I make a motion that we go back to new business B. And I'll repeat my motion of making sure that all the ditch repair is done.
Second.
All right.
Right, that's it.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
All right, that's it. Just real quick on Heritage Days, we're getting a lot. We still have spaces open, but I have been contacted by, I would say, 6 people this week wanting to know if we still have spaces. It's always this way. Randy can tell you the last 2 weeks, they wait for the weather is what they wait for. Sponsorship is down some. As far as money, I have more in-kind donations than we've had before. So, I've got like, let's see, 4, 5, 6. I've got $900 in in-kind donations this year that we've not had before. So that helps. And I'm not done yet. I sent out 94, I think it was, ever how many stamps we had. I sent out reminder letters, just saying, just a friendly reminder, time's running out for this great advertising opportunity. We got one back from that, so, yeah. But there's some of them I'm going to call because they promised me and they've not come in, so I'm going to
You got
contact
the
them.
one from Nuns or whatever.
Yes, and this year Dunn's donated $125. I walked in there and I said, would you like to do this? And he said, of course I would. He said, bring me the form. And I took it to him and he said, wait right here. And he went and got the checkbook and wrote the check out right then. So that was very nice of him. But everything seems to be going on. Everything always falls in place, whether we want it to or not. I think that's it.
Okay.
Y'all call
Any other-
Sam. Oh, are we gonna do it the Saturday after Thanksgiving like we always do?
I guess, I'm out.
Okay. That's our usual day.
You can fix it later.
We'll do it.
All right, any other business? All right, no, motion adjourned.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right.